Okay guys, welcome to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're going to be doing a phone background or a phone screen. So what I want you to do first and foremost is, depending on which phone you have, depends on the pixel size of the image. So for me personally, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and click on the camera right here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up to the render point just for the moment. I'm going to switch out from EV to cycles. And then I'm going to go down to output. And now we have the resolution under formats right here. So we got resolution of X and we got resolution of Y. So my phone screen is 1440 pixels across, I think, and 3088 pixels. Sorry, 3088 pixels might be across. 1440 is down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my 1440 into this section right here. So let's go 1440. So for your phone it may be different, so what I would suggest to you is go into Google and just research the sizes on your phone via pixel. So we're going to go 3088 for this one. So now this should be the size of my phone. So I'm just going to go ahead and split the atom right here. And what I'm going to do is go to view, and we will go to viewpoint camera. So now this should be the size of the screen on my phone. And if I put my phone next to it and kind of place your phone like this, you can kind of see how it could be similar. So if anything is a little bit too small or a little bit too big, maybe question that and check your pixel sizes. So obviously it's not going to be the same size as your phone on the screen, but if you kind of get the amount away, you can roughly see what's going on there. So with today in particular, we're going to be doing some different coloured balls on a plane. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just delete the default cube. We'll click delete on there. I'm going to press 7 to heaven. We go straight up. And what I'm going to do, go to the tab at the top right here, and we're going to go align view, camera to view. So now we've got this downwards kind of view going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a plane so we can get the rough sizes right here. So if we go to edit mode and we go to side select right here instead of point select, we can go ahead and press G to bring it up, make sure it's along the same axes. And I've forgotten to actually screencast keys for some reason. They weren't on there. Right, so we're clicking the bottom right here, and we're just going to press G, bring it down. Hopefully you guys know many of the commands for Blender. If you don't and you're new here, hi, I'm Becky. Teaching people for the last year, I guess. I'm just going to do it about that size. You can do it a little bit wider if you want to, so you're outside of the camera, so this would look, something like this. So you can actually see the camera on the side. So yeah, I've been doing YouTube tutorials for maybe about the last year, on and off. I was supposed to be doing one a day, but then life just decides to be life, and unfortunately I couldn't do one a day. So yeah. Okay, so once we've got this all sorted right here, we're going to start to add the balls in. So we'll go back to objects mode, because if you add spheres in whilst you're in the edit mode, it will become kind of one object. So we need to go back to the objects mode and then add the next part. So if we go into mesh, go to add mesh, and then UV sphere. So once we've got this, right click, shade smooth. Just going to go ahead and mosey this on just over here for the moment, so we've got a little bit more space to work with. And what you can do, you can have this sphere right here. We can go G and we can bring it up. You can have these right here, or you can have these underneath. To be honest with you, I'm going to do about halfway for this particular project. And what I'm going to do is press 7. Let's go with press G. I'm just going to move this across. So it's like this, yeah? We're going to go Shift and we're going to go D. And we'll bring this up into the corner. And you can have these off the screen a little bit if you wanted to. Shift D. And you can kind of mess around with their positioning. I'm just going to go ahead and just move these to the side. And what we can do here, move them to the side, we can press G, we can move them down a little bit. It doesn't matter if they're off the screen here, that's fine. Let's go ahead and click this one. We'll press G, we'll bring it across. Just going to go ahead and duplicate that out. And then we can take, say, these 3. Just press Shift as you're clicking them. Shift D, move this across. And then we can go ahead and press G and just move this down. Now you'll notice that this one is kind of pushing in on this one right here. So all you need to do is just click that one. Just bring it up to another position, wherever you want it. I'm just going to move mine to the side right here. You can do the same with this one as well. So it's just off the side. And then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and duplicate some of these as well. Just to the sides. Let's put this one here. Okay, so once we've got this, all we need to do now is just start filling in some of the gaps, or as many at least that we can, given where we've placed the balls. So this might be a little bit fiddly at first, but it's okay. You know, this is how it is. I'm going to go ahead and move that one, and then Shift D, and we move this one as well. Let's see. Put that at an angle right there. They don't have to be perfect. Let's go Shift D on this one. I'm just going to get one on the side right here. And then I'm going to go ahead, Shift D, and move this one down and get this one on the side too. So, in theory, you could go ahead and click all of these. And then just bring them up into this part right here. Just press G. Move this across. And we can go ahead and just put them here. And then I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of this one. And then I'm going to just take this one. Just move this down to here. Put the G. You know, I'm going to actually move this one down here. Just off the side. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to make a nice little pattern going on here. Or at least something of akin. Move this down. Move this down. And then maybe we can select some more of these in the middle. And just bring these up to the top. So let's go Shift D. Bring these up. Just kind of get to where we need to be. I'm going to delete that one because it's intersecting. This one because it's intersecting. That one because it's intersecting. Yes, yes. Let's move this. Okay, so once we've got this, let's go ahead. I'm just going to open this up so you guys can see. So you've got these little options right here at the top where the cursor is. Hopefully you can see that. And if we go into the viewport shading rendered, we can now see what this looks like. So I don't quite like the lighting on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the lighting just in the background right here. And I'm going to go and add, and we'll go with plain. Now I love doing this lighting technique because it just works so well for me, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press G, bring this up. You want to go, let's see. You want to go somewhere above the camera where the camera can't see it. So, as you can see right there. Oops. Come on, shift. There we go. Come on. Right, yeah. Sorry, computer's not responding there. So, this is your camera right here. This is the plane that we're going to make the emission. So I'm just going to go ahead and just shape that out just a little bit, scale it. I'm going to go ahead to the materials tab just at the bottom. And we're going to change out that principal BSDF that we have right here to an emission. So now you'll see, whilst we've got this rendered right here, there's a little bit of light coming in. So if I turn the strength down, we have no light. And if I turn the strength up, we have light. So, this is light coming from above. And this will create an amazing shine. This will give us that nice little shine that's coming over. If we had a light from the side, it would do the same. If we had a light from the other side, it would do the same. So, what I'm going to do is going to, let's see, arrange just some of these just for one moment. I just want the circle. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go view and we're camera, active camera. Just want to try and amend this one because it's kind of sat in an awkward position. Whilst it's okay for them to touch, I don't want them to kind of mesh. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Where are you at? There we go. Okay, I think we're pretty cool with that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background to black. Let's go with new on the materials tab. And we're just going to go straight to charcoal black. So to do that, we're going to turn up the roughness. And that will give us this nice deep black. So with the balls themselves, what I'm going to do is let's go with new. And what I'm going to do is we will go with shiny. I'm going to put shiny. Let's say red. We'll go shiny red. And I'll show you why I'm doing this in a moment. So you have this nice little shiny red right here. We're going to change it to red. It's not exactly shiny, but we'll go metallic. Now you remember what I was saying about that light before. You're going to get a nice little shine on this. So when I remove the roughness, you should have a nice little kind of square going on. So let's turn this roughness down, and there's your nice square, and you've also got the reflection of everything else in the surrounding area. And what you'll have with these balls that are here, you'll have the reflection right here on this one too. So what I'm going to do, this light right here, this emission, I'm just going to go ahead and scale it out. Just ever so slightly. It kind of looks like an eye, I think. But what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to offset it. So instead of having a line straight down the middle here, we're going to press G. Let's move this across. And the line's going to go to the side. And what that's going to do, it's going to give us a nice little arc coming over this side so we can see that this is a circle and not just a mirror. And what it's going to do as well, it's going to give us a little bit of shade on this side as well, so we've got that nice little kind of diffuse on this side as well. So what you can also do is you can go Shift D and duplicate this, and you can have one for the other side as well. Now at this point, if you wanted one for the other side, what I would suggest is so you've got both of the lamps right there. Yeah, you can see this. You've got this emission right here, you've got the secondary emission that we've just made right here, and they have the same material. So if I go emission, and this is the lights that we have in the scene. So if I click on this one, we've got emission lights. If I click on this one, we have emission lights. So if we click on the second one again, and we just press minus to get rid of that emission light, what we can do is we can go ahead, we can go to the drop down menu, we can have a emission light again, or you could go new and we could say emission, and we could go blue. Since the balls are red, we don't want to put too much red into the scene because all you'll have is red. So maybe we want to work with our opposites on our colour spectrum, yeah? So, from this point, we're going to go, this is the emission blue that we've already signed in right here. What we want to do, go to Principal BSDF, we will change this to emission, and the colour, of course, will be blue. Now, I like my royal blues, they look the best. So what we're going to do now, emission blue, and if it doesn't change, we go to edit mode, and we're going to click assign. So, this emission isn't very strong at the moment, so I'm just going to turn this up a little bit. And now you see that the blue's coming through. So, you have this nice little darker shadow on this side. The emission of blue is coming through on this side right here, and also the background that we had as black, a charcoal black, is now a nice little blue kind of tone. So it's going to offset that red a little bit as well. So, as well as that, with the reflection, we can now see that we have these two lights going on in the background. You can add more lights if you want to make the effect a little bit better, but for me personally, I'm going to keep it like this. So now, if you want to keep this red, you can do. It's totally up to you. It's your project. Sorry, I'm just waxed that out of thingy there. Let's go to viewpoint and camera. There we go. Okay, so press shift to move this and then center scroll so you can go like this. Sometimes what I've noticed, I thought that I had a broken keyboard and my shift button wasn't working properly. Just turned out that the program wasn't responding. So do take that in mind. It is a little bit of a glitch in every single version that I've had of Blender, so it may happen, it may not happen. I think it's due to overuse of the systems, and maybe the RAM can't keep up. So we have this now. We have our little red point, and I'm just going to go to that viewport shader right there, which is the third one across, so we can see which colours we're using. So we want the exact same shade on this one as every other one. Now, if you want all of these red, we'll click one of these white ping pong balls, and we'll go down to this drop down menu right here on materials, and we'll go to shiny red. This will give you the exact same tone, the exact same colours. Now, if you wanted a different tone, but you wanted the exact same settings, what we're going to do, click on one of the other balls that's there, go down to the drop down menu, we'll go to shiny red. But what we're going to do is we're going to click the new material, which is almost like two pieces of paper, one stacked on top of the other, to duplicate this. And it will give us shiny red 001. So now what you want to do from this point is take off that shiny red in the 001. Actually, keep the shiny, but take off that red 001, and we'll go shiny yellow. So all we need to do now, press enter. This is now shiny yellow, and we need to make this yellow. So we go to the colour wheel right here, and we'll change this to a nice kind of yellow. It's a bit vibrant for what I'd like, but each to their own. So we now have this shiny yellow. So what you'll see within this is if we go to shiny red, we have the exact same settings as we do with the shiny yellow. Yeah, you see this? So all of these will be the exact same settings unless you make amendments. So let's go to another one of these balls right here, and we'll go down to the drop down menu. We have shiny red, we have shiny yellow. If we click shiny yellow, you can click any one. You can click red or you can click yellow, it doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and duplicate this again, and you'll notice that it says 001 on the end. We'll double click this and we'll change the name. Come on, if it ever lets me. There we go. Right, so now we're going to go shiny, and I think we may have blue. Let's go blue. Shiny blue. Again, exact same settings as yellow and red, except from we're changing the colour wheel. And now we have shiny blue. Exact same settings, exact same reflective stuff, roughness, XYZ. You get the idea of this now, yeah? So let's go into this one. We'll go down to drop down. We'll go shiny blue. We'll take this one. Maybe at the bottom, just select a few of them. We'll go shiny blue. Take this one. Shiny blue. Shiny blue. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. We can go drop down menu. Shiny red. Actually, no, let's not do a red next to a red. Let's do a yellow next to a red. So, we could go ahead, click this one right here. We could go shiny red. For the drop down menu, we could go ahead with this one. We could go shiny red. Drop down, shiny blue. Yeah, you get the idea. So, I don't quite like the blues because I feel that it's too much with the background. So, if you want to change your blue, let's go. So, if, say, we didn't like that blue that we've chosen and we want to go with the green instead, and we've chosen all of these different parts right here, right? It's a problem. It's a problem because we've done so much work, right? Easy trick for you, right? We change this to green. We pull this and we change this to green. So we change the name to shiny green and we go to the color wheel and we will select green. And now our project is saved. We don't have to backtrack everything. Everything has gone green now. It's fine. Right, so shiny green. Let's go. Let's make an orange. So let's go to the drop down menu. Let's go to yellow. And we will duplicate. And we will change that yellow to orange. So I thought I'd teach you that little trick as well, just in case you make a mistake on anything. And you need to change something. Instead of you backtracking everything, if you've just got that one material, you can change that material and change its name and change its properties at the same time. And if you wanted the other material, you could make a secondary material and mix and match what you would like. So it's a nice little neat trick that I learned how to do a while back. So now we have this nice little shiny orange, or we should have shiny orange, although it's all turned to, I think I've just been talking. Let's backtrack that a little bit. Yes, I've been talking to you a lot. So we got the shiny yellow, we duplicate, yes, shiny yellow 001. That's because I'm nattering and I'm not paying attention. Right, let's get rid of this yellow 001. If you picked up on that before I did, congratulations. You're paying attention to what I'm telling you. So let's go with shiny orange. And let's switch this yellow out to that orange. Right, so we have the orange now. So let's select a few of these. I don't know whether this version will do this, but if I select 3 of them and then select them all as being shiny orange. Yes, it only works with 1. So let's do this individually. Unfortunately, it does that. I don't know why it does that. Another program that I worked with, I'm not too sure which one it was, but if you selected multiple items, it would change them all. So, yeah, clearly Blender doesn't have that feature just yet, if they ever have that feature. Let's go ahead and just fill in some of these gaps right here. This reminds me of baubles. Let's go, tell you what, we'll not have a double green here, we'll have a red. Let's go with this one. We will have, let's make a new one. I feel that there's not enough tones in this. Let's choose shiny yellow. We will duplicate. And let's get rid of that yellow in 001. And what can we do? We could do purple. Actually, no, we've got a blue background. Purple might not be the best for this. Let me see. We could do pink. I'm not fond on pink, but we can do pink. So now we have shiny pink. I take this to this side right here. Nice shiny pink. Yeah, let's get this in here just a bit more. It takes a while. It takes a while. Sometimes you sat here and you're just like click, 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 and yeah. Okay, let's go with, we have green, we have pink, we have red, yeah, orange, we go in orange there. Let's put a pink here. We take this one and we can put this one as red. Let's take this one. You can have like some shiny silver actually. Shall we make a silver? Let's make a silver. Just to offset these tones a little bit. So we go shiny silver. Oh, duplicate. Duplicate. I don't think I duplicated. Hold on. So, let me see. No, I didn't. Right. 1 second. Right, shiny yellow. Duplicate. Yellow 001 at the end. And we will go silver. Come on. Oh my gosh, too far. Silver. It's deleted most of my stuff because I call it ghosting within computers. If computers can't catch up after a certain amount of seconds, they kind of ghost. So it's like if you delete something on a document, it kind of goes like this rather than responding in time to what you're pressing. So I think my computer's got a little bit of an overload. So, well, I'm recording at the same time as being on Blender. I'm not surprised it's got a little bit of an overload. So, we're going to do shiny silver. Let's go with this base colour right here. We want to go white. And just bring this bar down at the side to grey. And this should give us our nice silver toning. So, the next one that we can do, so we can go ahead and put a silver on this one. So we will go shiny silver again. Come on. Put this one down here as shiny silver. Let's go ahead. Put another silver in this one. And maybe we could change this one to a gold. Maybe we could have like a gold colour, so maybe an orange. An orange would be great right here. So you'll notice as well, you can't really see what's going on in this image. It's very dark, right? So, what we can do with this, we have an emission here, we have an emission here. So we can go ahead and take this one. We can turn this tone ever so slightly up. It's going to make your background grey. But to offset this, we have the blue right here. So we can also turn this one up as well. And this will give us a nice little blue kind of haze, little blue shadow, stuff like that. And what we can do as well, that I kind of want to try out, I'm just going to go ahead and just put this to this setting right here. Let's take the plane underneath that we have, press G, bring it down. You'll notice it goes a little bit smaller than your screen size, that's fine. We can press S to scale out. What we can do is all of these balls that you've made, make sure that they've all got some sort of tone to them. Obviously this one right here doesn't. Let's go shiny silver. Just put it to something random, like green or something like that. So, and then we have this rogue one at the side. I'll get rid of that. Let's box select. Just click and select them all. We're going to go Shift D, duplicate, bring them down just underneath, and we'll go rotate, and you want to type in 180. And then we'll go ahead and press G, bring them up a little bit. Just so that they're underneath, and it kind of fills the gap at the back. This is something if you want to do this. And then we can go ahead and select these two again. And we can go Shift D, and we can kind of duplicate them underneath as well. So it looks like, when you've got your phone screen up, that you've got kind of a box of balls of different assorted colours and stuff. So you see this one where you've got like kind of red tone here, red tone here, red tone here, red tone here. We take this middle red right here. We go down to the drop down menu and we will put this as a green. Let's see, where else do we have this? We have a lot of reds right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and change this red to, say, yellow. And we could go ahead and change this red right here to silver. There we go. This purple, purpley pink. You could go with an orange. So, the end result, we should have something like this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the plane that we have at the back right here. I'm going to make it an emission. So let's go Principal BSDF, emission. And we can kind of tone this up just a little bit. So now we've kind of got all this shine going on and stuff. And I mean, this is going to be a big render when you're doing it. So what I'm going to do as well, let's go ahead and change this grey background to a white background. Maybe we could try that. So go onto your world settings. We'll go for a colour right here. And we'll just change this up. And now we've got this nice little colourful background going on. And I've got some gaps just at the edge right here. So what I'm going to do, let's take, out of all of these rows of balls that we have, let's go on the second one. What I'm going to do, Shift D, just to duplicate those again. And I'm just going to place them roughly at the top. Just here. And I'm going to try and fill in the gaps that I have. So let's take this red one, let's press G, bring it forward. This one at the top. We're looking just to fill anything that we can see that's white. I put that one there. Just fill in that gap. I might actually shift duplicate that one. Just go across the back. Let's go ahead and place the silver just in the middle. Oops, we've got the background as well. Yep, you just want the ball, not the background. You could go Shift D with this, or you could go G and move it. It's totally up to you. Just going to go ahead and just fill in that little gap right there. Let's go Shift D again. Press G. Bring it across. Shift D. Okay, so hopefully this renders in properly, but you can kind of see all the rest of the balls that are going on around the area. So what we could do as well, we can actually take some of these ones that we've got at the side right here. Say we choose this one, this one, this one, and this one. Come on. Okay, I'm just going to take it off the render just for 1 second. Being a little bit slow with me. So you want a little bit of reflection on the top. So if we just choose some of these, press J, bring these up. And also I want a little bit of diffusion as well. So if I just place these in front of the camera, I just bring them down. So they're roughly at different levels right here. What we can do is, let's take this one. Oops. I'm going to keep this one in the corner right here. So, when we've got our balls right here, I'm going to go ahead and press G, bring this up. But I'm going to get it so that it's just in the corner right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this red one just slightly down. Actually, no, I'm going to bring the red one just slightly up, just about there. This silver one right here will bring down to a point. That should be fine. So what I'm going to do, click the camera itself. Camera's right here if you can't click this bit. I'm going to go to camera. You want to go depth of field, click it, check that box, get the drop data. And what we're going to do is select one of these balls that's in the middle right here. So you want this row right here. So when we put this onto our render bit, of course the orange box is our screen that we have. We're going to go ahead and go for the f-stop and just turn it all the way down, and you'll see that these balls right here are out of focus, and these balls in the background are in focus, and the balls in the background are out of focus. So this is going to give us our depth of field. So you should have something like this. So you've got all these nice little shiny balls, and then you've got this. What you can do, it's almost like the balls are kind of falling in on each other, so you can see the reflections as well in the background of all these balls kind of falling down. So it almost looks like you've got a box of balls on your phone screen, and people are just like throwing the balls into the box. So this is the blurred bits. Now if you wanted to animate this, you can do. Depends on your phone type, because my phone can do it, but it depends on some phone types. So if you can do animations on your home screen, or you can do animations on your phone background, this is a great way of doing things. So you'll have to do a couple of physics kind of stuff, or just straight up animation. But for me, I'm going to be doing the image today. So all you need to do, the animation bar is just at the bottom here. You just add keyframes to it and stuff like that. It will take longer to render a video, I'll tell you that now. It'll take a couple of days, especially if you've just got a basic PC. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like basic PC is in like it's not a good PC, but for how do I put this? For general PCs, if you're making stuff on Blender, it will take longer. For me personally, I have a gaming PC. It's not one of the top of the range PCs, but it can render things. It took 5 days to render a video at one point. So just be aware that if you are making animations at any point, it will take a while. So make sure that you can set your computer to the side and you're not going to be using it for a few days. That's all I'm saying. And check up on your animations and your frames per second as well, because depending on the phone, depends on the frames per second. You'll have to do a little bit of research on your own phones, but you should find something on the internet that will tell you how many pixels you need, and the font's resolution as well, and what it can handle. So once we've got all of this done, what I can do is I can actually raise some of these. So instead of looking like a flat plane in the background, we can actually make it look a little bit more bumpy. So we can go ahead and take this green one right here at the side. For those of you who are asking about the non-animations, we are making the image today. So I'll show you how to make the image and stuff. It's a little bit fiddly because what it is, with my recording software, I can record the screen that I have with Blender, but I can't record the extra box that comes out for the rendering. So I'll tell you what you need to click, but, you know, obviously this is just what I see and this is what you see. So what I'm going to do, this green one right here that we have selected, I'm just going to go ahead and press G. It's going to bring this down a little bit, so it kind of blurs just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put some of these balls up a little bit. So you've got that variation. Because if you had a box of balls, don't know how many times I've said balls today, they're not going to be even in the box. They're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be straight like this. So it's just nice to put them at different levels. And then you can do the underside as well. You kind of pull this one up a little bit. And take some of these from the base. Just pull those up or down, wherever you need them to go. Ich liebe es. Sorry. I spent a couple of years in Germany. Well, not a couple of years, but like, you know, I was like going to and from Germany on holidays for a few years. You pick things up. Right, okay. So, once you've got this, you've got this nice little kind of montage of balls. I said it again. We can go ahead and render. So what I'm going to ask you to do, the render shading ports right here, of which there are 4. You've got wireframe, you've got this one, you've got this one, and you've got this one. Place it on this one. Because if you've got it on the end one, it means that your computer's using up a lot of RAM to be able to render the image of what it can see. So it'll slow down your main rendering processes. So when you're rendering this image, we're going to go into render, click render image. Now I've got a little box that's just popped up on my screen, and you guys can't see it. I'm trying to figure out why that is. So what it is, essentially when you're rendering something, a little box will pop up and it'll start rendering it. Now you can't save it whilst it's in that state, but what it'll have is a little bar at the top, and it'll say frame 1 and then a whole load of information. What you want to see is the sample at the end. There's a word, sample, and then it will say out of 4,000, or out of 4,096 in my case. Sorry, did I just hit the microphone? RIP headphone users. So the sample rates, you need to wait for your initial sample pieces to generate, and then when it reaches that 4,000 or whatever number displays, you can then go on to image and then save, and that's how you save the images. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. I hope that whatever you're doing within your life, you know, enjoy. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Please like, subscribe, and do all that jazz, yeah?